I recently decided that I was unhappy at my job, so like any sane person, I put a 30-day notice and decided I would walk across from America from LA to Daytona Beach, Florida. Part of my trip is for some personal reasons. I want to find who I am as a person and what truly makes me happy in life. My end goal besides surviving is to write a book about my travels that nobody will read. I've received very interesting questions from some people so far, so I figured I would open it up to something awful. I'm departing for LA on the 14th of May. I'll be taking a more northern route to keep cool as well as avoid the Mexican border. I don't really want to add to the negativity, but I will. We're leaving in May and your pass will take you through some of the hottest, most humid states in the Union while dragging that cart behind you. But if you're that set on hiking through the ass end of Alabama in July, then all I can say is good luck. Why in the world did you think posting an AMA thread for a thing you haven't done, where you are basically soliciting advice instead of having advice or information to give out yourself, would result in people not being jerks? There is a substantial chance that you will die if you try and do this, because you are planning around best case scenarios, not worst. Sorry, but you have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not looking for people to talk me out of it. It's happening no matter what. I thought people would be interested in this. I have planned for every scenario, and you would know that if you ask questions rather than just assume. For example, "Whoa dear, if your water gets a hole in it, what will you do?" All of my plastic 7-gallon container gets a hole in it, sitting inside of my cart. For one, I guess I'm an idiot. John Sherman wrote, Kickstarter video. No loving way. It's got the hat in the same colored rolled up bed mat from the picture. Looks like he could swing north and find love. Hot, sweaty, heat-strokey hobo sex incoming. You turds are so mean. I just gave $50 to a Kickstarter with the promise that I would receive a random item from this trip. And I'm hoping it's one of those used face wipes, or maybe it will be a video of him using his fake gun to get out of a violent assault. Well, this certainly blew up. I'm closing the thread. Feel free to make a new one and watch me fail. You say goodbye to Jacob Jenkins. Really trying to live the stereotype of vagrant. Hashtag Hobonick. Hashtag Crazy Jake. Hashtag Nutsopede. Hashtag Hillman Dave. He's making it very difficult for my awareness to be raised. 300 miles to go to reach San Francisco. California, I'm disappointed in your lack of waffle houses. He is taking this very seriously. Is OP still planning to walk 40 miles a day and then conveniently saunter into a Denny's or a Waffle House at the end of each day? I'd like to think his roaded map looks more like this. You missed the best part of his account, which is tweeting at Jimmy Kimmel and The Ellen Show for several weeks. 6 miles in. Rip cart. The cart has been broken after 6 miles. I woke up today knowing that the cart was no longer a viable option. I saved as much as I could, but I will need to lighten my load again tomorrow. I would literally kill someone for IHOP or Waffle House right now. Breaking news. Deranged man holds a pancake house with fake gun. Well, today is possibly one of the most disappointing days of my life. I woke up at 7 AM, ready to hit the trail and make an 8-mile trek to the Golden Gate Bridge. I walked down to the bathroom to freshen up and I just felt off balance. I figured I had a bad night's sleep or something, and the next thing I know, my entire left side of my body went limp and I fainted on the stop. Some hikers nearby saw me and said I looked awful and helped me get a Uber ride back to my aunt's. For the first time in 4 days, I was able to look at my body, and it isn't good. My hips are literally black and blue, and I'm constantly lightheaded. Total miles today, 0. I don't want this thread to go so soon. He made it 26 miles in 4 days, right? Gonna start the Muerte memorial hike. And thus forever after, this distance is commemorated in muirassans around the world, with hikers of all levels competing for the worst finishing times. The Orlando Trail.